Alright, hey guys, today I'm making a video on how to get up to 625 energy. With the upcoming patch, it will be 631. Right now I'm at 571, but these numbers are very attainable, so I'm gonna just go ahead and start. So the first thing I was gonna say, energy is important. There's so many other things I could have listed, like by heart, like why energy is important. But I'm gonna just go to this website I found. It's Grumpy Gene. Has all the information I'm gonna be talking about. But there's some things in here that aren't really mentioned that I feel like they're very important when it comes to energy. But feel free to scout out this website. I'll put it in the description as well. So pretty much, node purchase, that requires 10 energy. You have value pack, helps you manage your node empire. Level 10 node investment, level 10 helps you get more loot, so it's good for grinding. Pretty much profiting off the grind. And amity, not listed here, I think. It's listed right here. So, I don't think the gathering helps a lot. I don't think that's a thing anymore, but you can exchange your energy at an alchemist from your alts. It's just like one of these guys over here, right here, and you can get a energy pot. Like right now I can do it, 200 energy for 50. A lot of people don't, I don't know, some people turn all their alts in energy pot into all their energy into energy pots, and use it on their main, or you can have all your alts parked at sheet mountain. Do whatever you like. But object interactions, to gain a knowledge on from certain objects for your categories, you need to spend energy. Same thing goes with hiring workers. So each one costs 5 energy. World chat, server chat, not world chat, but every time you type in there, you spend energy to talk. You can reset boss knowledge and Calpheon. That costs energy. You can run all over there with a whole bunch of energy pots to do this. You could get a combat buff from the Black Spirit. This costs energy. Trade bargaining, when you go to the trading manager, when you're ready to turn things in, you can keep spending energy to bargain with them and get even better price for your items. You can use the inn to find a player you're looking for on this very specific server. Well, the server they're on. There's one in every giant town pretty much. This is the one for Velia. You spend energy, 5 energy required. Alter Blood, new mechanic in the game. Past each level you have to spend like 100 and then 50, so on per level. And Night Vendor, 50 energy for this guy. Not very viable at the moment, but considering the prices of like some items like Ergons and Dintries and how they have pre-orders on them, and the only ones that are selling are really expensive, like Tets and pens and stuff like that. This is very viable. Happens, Pop said he's available to do the night vendoring 10 p.m. up to 7 a.m. I think. But 50 energy each. You can park all your alts wherever you live next to the night vendor. Do it at night. Hope you get lucky and stuff like that. But those are pretty much the main uses of energy. So I'm gonna go ahead and start explaining how to get more ecology and energy, because ecology ties into energy. So I forgot to mention, you also get special fame, so it helps your daily income. So the first thing I'm going to be explaining is your ecology. Right here you can see I have 8,982. At 8,000 you can stop, but I decided to keep going in case they ever added more, just because I was bored. But let's see what I wrote here. Yeah, drop rate's important because if you, like most people in this game, if you do a lot of grinding, you want to get the most out of your grind before using item drop scrolls, common blessing, but you get this permanent effect from having more ecology. That's the item drop rate, and you increase this by killing monsters in each grinding area, or just beasts you find out in the wild, and getting S ranks on them. You can get C ranks on them, but you don't want to do that. Notice you get 10 points for grade S here, and 1 point for grade C. So plus S rank gives rare drop chance increase compared to all the other ranks. Like C, I think that just allows you to see health, so keep that in mind. Alright, so I'm now gonna show you how I go about getting S ranks and like what I think about when I enter a spot. But before I get to that area, I'm gonna tell you all the items you need before you get started. Keep in mind there's two sections of items. One section is for the whole grinding and getting S rank process. The second section will be more revolving around discovering nodes and amity. So let's just jump into it. I already have some of the items ready for me. As you can see, I didn't really want to get fully prepared and empty out my inventory because I got too much shit and I just don't feel like moving it. So I'm gonna just go over the list I got. One of the big ones I already have in here. I don't think I have it. Let's see if I do. Yeah, it's right here. So I'm gonna move it all right here. Energizing cron meal. This gives chance to gain knowledge and chance to gain higher grade knowledge. I'll just explain those right now. So let's say you start a new game. They kind of introduce it to you. You go in and I think you kill a weasel. You get C rank on it or something higher if you're lucky. So pretty much what the difference is between gain knowledge chance and gain higher knowledge chance is if you don't have a knowledge C up to S rank on a monster, and your chances of killing it in the game, your chances of getting a knowledge rank on it, they are far easier than it is to already having a knowledge rank and leveling that up. So in this case, it would be far easier for me to kill a weasel and get C rank instead of me going up to a weasel I already have C rank on, killing it to get B rank. Far more easier. So just always keep that in the back of your minds. And I'll explain this more later when it comes to like deleting knowledge and bias on like grinding and stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna continue going over the items you need. So the first one, energizing cron meal. So that gives plus 10 knowledge gain and chance for higher grade knowledge 5%. The next items we got, I think I got them in my storage. Yeah, I do. I might enter back in again. So you got the Surging Weenie Elixir. This one gives knowledge chance plus 10 for 8 minutes, so you're going to want to pack a lot of these. You got Reliable Loony Elixir. Chance to gain higher grade knowledge plus 5. As again, last 8 minutes, you want to pack a lot of these. You also don't have to use the blue ones, but I suggest you do. Silver embroidered clothes. When it comes to some of the monsters in this game, not all the mobs can be gathered. I'm sure you know that if you're more adept in the game. Let's see, where is it? It's right here. But some of the I'm gonna just use Beasts of Balanos as an example. Some of these mobs can be gathered, like Stoneback Crab, perfect example. If you don't happen to get the knowledge when you kill it, there's still hope. If the monster or whatever the hell it is can be gathered, monster or beast, I don't care. There's a lot of them here. You can use, for example, on Stoneback Crab, you can use a pickaxe. Or you can use fluid collectors. You can use you can't use certain items on all the mobs. Just keep in mind, like stoneback crab can be used. You can use a pickaxe, but other ones like a fox, you can only use like a butcher's. Keep that in mind. So let's keep going on. So yeah, I have right here listed a fluid collector and pickaxe, but I'm not 100% sure on all the like equipment you need, like the side equipment. So I suggest just buying I can tell you there's no fucking cheese you have to get, but feel free to get a fluid collector. You can get a cheap one. You can get a butcher knife, a pickaxe. I'm not sure if you need a hoe. You can get a tanning knife. So I suggest getting like all of these except the lumbering axe. Pretty sure you don't need a hoe though. But yeah, in this case I'll just grab one of all of these. I'll just grab these magics for the sake of the video. Since Manos came out, these are all just sitting there on the market. Pretty sure you don't need it. Oh. Alright, so we got all our items. Let me go ahead and put them in my inventory. 1, 2, 3. I'm missing one. What is it? Fluid collector. Wow, how could I not see that? Alright, alright, so after that, match luck. Yeah, there's some mobs in this game you only can get knowledge from. So I'd suggest just throwing the knowledge using a matchlock. So I suggest bringing it along with you along on the ride, because there's one, and let me find the matchlock. Okay, I'm just gonna set there all the way at the bottom. There is a mob over here in Lake Kaya. It's the jellyfish and the water strider. There's also another mob up here in Cranda's Ridge, the crow. You only can use matchlocks on these creatures, and I'm not too sure about the crow, but yeah, just keep in mind some mobs, if you're having no luck at all, you probably have to use a matchlock. But keep in mind, it's not a lot of them. It's just Lake Kaya and maybe the crow. All the others I don't remember. There might be some hunting mobs, but from what I remember, the ones in Kama Sylvia, you can kill anyways with your weapon, lose some karma, but you eventually get the knowledge. Alright, let's go back to where I was. So right now I'm also, I forgot to mention, I'm explaining all the items you can get for free in game. So this one's also on the list, because if you played long enough, you got this item for free. So I'm talking about the event glasses box. I don't know how many hours you needed, but you can pretty much get a free pair of glasses. Helps a lot, keep that in mind. Other things that can help you doing this is the guild buff. I don't have it yet in my guild, but it is considered free. Where is it? It's not here, is it? Karma recovery, right here. Scholarly ambition is plus 10 gain knowledge chance. Lasts for 60 minutes. That's pretty good. Yeah, so you have to talk to your GM, or if you're a GM like me, you just go ahead and use it. And knowledge books. There's bookshelves. I'm not gonna get into it too much because I heard they're like kind of glitchy. Yeah, like these will help you get knowledge. People have orders on them, but yeah, if you get lucky, you might get one of these. You can go watch another video on these things, but pretty much you just park it all on it and come back a day later, and they have a knowledge gain. I haven't tested it out to see if it fills out like what I don't have left in a certain region. I don't plan to, but keep that in mind. So I'm gonna explain 3 more items. earrings. You can buy these on the Pearl Shop. These are probably the most important items. All of these three I'm about to list. The first one, earrings. You can find it under apparel. So accessory. Notice if I go to all the earrings, like this, ear cuff, gain a chance to gain higher grade knowledge plus 5%. 5% might not seem like a big deal. It is. It is. Trust me. And then we got the earrings, and then we get the glasses. Chance to gain knowledge plus 50%. That's probably the biggest thing on gaining knowledge. So, yeah, that's huge. So, if you can afford that, both these are like what, $10 altogether. Yeah. But the most expensive one, or the most important as well, are the pets. I suggest new players whenever they start to get the knowledge pets, because it will help them the most later down the road, and it will stack. I suggest getting all the birds. As you can see here, a majority of them, except like some of them, like the griffin, give knowledge, like the carrion, Carmodon owl. You got the scarlet macaw. You got the crow. You got the rosefinch. You got the skyhawk, the brown. What's this one? Brown guide hawk. Like all those. You want to make sure you get these two, not the ones at the bottom. The ones that cost around 1,000 and 100 on this video. But all these give knowledge. Let me just show you like how good they are. So, small thing I do too is like how I separate my tiers. Usually people have their first one set for their highest tier pets. I just have it on my knowledge ones because I usually don't grind, and I have my life skill ones set to 2. So if you have one specific for grinding, like if you already have some tier 4s, you can set them all to the first flag. You can have all your knowledge pets set to the number 2, and then all your life skill pets set to the number 3. So I just click this. As you can see, I have knowledge gain chance plus 70 and higher grade knowledge chance plus 14. All my knowledge pets are tier 3 except my crow. But as you can see, this is an insane amount of knowledge gain chance. It's awesome. Alright. So upgrading them. I suggest even though pets are expensive, if you really want to speed this process up, I really suggest getting this whispered gospy and like mashing it with your one of your birds and getting them all to tier 3. If you want to go tier 4, that is completely up to you. If you want to have tier 4 knowledge pets, that is completely up to you. I got plus 8,000 ecology and almost cap energy without tier 4s. But yeah, just keep that in mind. You can also buy the same pet, like 2 scarlet macaws, and mash them together after they're level 10. I'm not sure if having them level 10 increases your chances. I'm pretty sure it does, but I think just to give you a higher chance to get to tier 3, which I think this pet does, I suggest just doing that. So that's pretty much it. So now we can explain. I can explain how to go about killing beasts and mobs in certain areas. But for an example, I'm actually gonna delete one of my S ranks. Dear God, I hope it doesn't take too long to get S back. But I'm probably gonna delete my boar in Balanos. But for a good example, I'm already showing you how to delete something here. So this is good. So as you can see, I have one of my alts parked in Calpheon. The library to delete knowledge at is over here. at the bottom right of the town. So I just right click this woman right here, in the Elisa Rosie. I'm here, so I'm gonna just talk to her. So to delete something, you go knowledge management, open up ecology of Eastern Balanos. I have S rank on all these mobs, but I'm gonna delete the boar. Knowledge deleted. So as you can see, my knowledge went down, my energy went down. Oh well, it doesn't show on this character, but well, kind of does. But all my alts have energy boots, so that's why I went up to like 590. Alright, so we're gonna run into the Balanos Forest and we're gonna find this board. We gotta get S rank on it. Hopefully I get like A plus or A to show you how to go about getting a higher grade knowledge. I'm also gonna show you one more thing before I jump into it. So while I'm AFK riding there, I'm gonna show you BDO Codex. So before I go into explain this whole thing, I'm gonna just let you know if you already have a great knowledge gain chance and stuff, when you're going into the area, you don't really want to worry about deleting any type of knowledges while you're there until you have like a majority of it filled out. A majority is up to you to decide how much is a majority and whatnot. I usually grind out the whole fucking thing. Sorry, I'm not trying to cut. I usually grind out the whole thing until everything's A plus, or S rank. Like, that's fine with me. If I have some C's, like 1 C, 2 B's or something, and the area is not dense, there's a lot of things you can think about. It just all depends on you. Yeah, it just all depends on how you want to go about it, but just keep in mind, you want to be efficient. You don't want to be deleting a lot of knowledges where you could have just grinded like another minute and got an A plus or S rank really easily because the area is dense. So keep that in mind. Let's see. Items. What is okay? Alright, so we're here. Usually what I do before I start grinding, I go to BDO Codex. This is at least what I did before I got all my energy. Alright, let's see. Alright, so that's the wrong one. So we're doing ecology of Eastern Balanos and Beasts. So what I do, I just open a tab. If I have nothing at all, regardless if I have whatever energy I need, I open all the tabs. Obviously, if you don't have a good computer, this isn't gonna really work for you. Well, it will, but it might be slow as hell. I don't know. But what I do is I zoom in like 4 times. It all depends on what you're looking at. And as you can see, I'm about to align everything. So for this one, I'm gonna have Black Desert, that little logo at the top left. No. We have to zoom out a bit. So what I'm pretty much doing here, I'm aligning all the web pages to match each other. So if I flip between them, I can just come back. No, if I flip between them, they'll all be perfectly aligned to the point where you'll know which area you have to go to, and you can make like one full rotation, and you don't have to be running back and forth across the whole map. Alright, so you don't have to do this. I personally think it helped me a lot at being sane when I was doing all the S ranks, because I felt like I'll give an example when I'm zoomed in. This one you'd have to zoom in more for, but we're just gonna leave it at that. So I'm gonna, like, I was afraid if I was like new to the game and I was running through, like, let's say I'm in this area, I want to complete this whole area first and go to Hydel after, Serendia. So I didn't want to finish this whole place and end up here when I'm done grinding all the mobs. I want to end up around down here. So I kind of organize all the tabs to how I want to start and where I want to end. So I start north, go west, east, then south. Or I start east, go north, west, then go south. I probably didn't have to do all these, but fuck it. There we go again. Alright, Alright, I'm just gonna pretend like these are all, because it's taking a while. So as you can see, I have all these filled out. Like, let's say this is all of Eastern, let's just say this is all the beasts of Eastern Balanos. And you have all filled out, you have them all lined. So we're starting over here. Which ones are closer to the east? Let's just go between them all. So it looks like they're all in the forest. Wolf is actually a little here to the east. A lot of foxes in the east. I'm gonna move that over there. A lot of weasels in the east. And I forgot about the grass beetles. And we got some grass beetles in the east. So after you move them quite a bit, you find out where do you want to go first. Looks like there's a lot more foxes and grass beetles. There's a lot of weasels, so I can just like figure out like a small rotation over there, and then I'll go over to the, yeah, I'll do weasels in this general area, grass beetles, and then I'll do wolves. And then over here is the forest. Actually, things like this happen. Stoneback crab, very famous in this area, so I'm gonna put it over here next to wolf, because after wolf is done, I'll run over to stoneback crab, and then I'll head over to the forest, and I'll be done with the Eastern Boundos. S-rank on everything, go south. Another thing is S-ranks on the easier mobs are very important, because you don't want to have like C ranks here and want C S ranks in Kama Sylvia, Drigan, or Valencia, because those get a lot harder, and you need more gear for that. And if you're a new player, you're gonna struggle. You want S ranks on the easier mobs because they're easier. So yeah, you kind of understand like how I go about editing my tabs to like, so I can just flip between them. So let's say I finish Weasel, close that out. Look at this one, run over there, finish that, close that out. I'm on Grass Beetle, run over there, close that out. Kill all the wolves, close that out. S rank on all those mobs I mentioned. Go over to the Stoneback Crab, close that out. Now I'm on Baby Boar, close that out. Balanos Bear, killed all those, close that out. And keep in mind, you don't always have to do one at a time. If there's some mobs in your rotation, just kill all those. If your rotation consists, or grinding area consists of all the mobs jam-packed into like the Balanos Forest over here, don't even look at all the tabs. Just kill everything and get S ranks, A pluses, and then go to the tab over here and just open up which ones you're missing. That'll save you a lot of time. So yeah, we're on the Balanos Boar. So right here where I'm standing, there's one right in front of me. If I just move up a little into the woods over here. So what I want to do, I want to put these down here. We might have to gather soon. I can butcher him. So we found our first boar. S rank. No. Okay, so you can gather it. So since we already have it, at C rank, let's go ahead and start gathering it. What a perfect example! Oh my god! And my energy went up by +1. So, yo, learn that. Oh, now we can move on. That was so amazing. Alright, let's. Alright, so now I'm gonna go back to town. I'm gonna be explaining the other things, but first, before I go into that, I just understand. I know I already mentioned it, the Calpheon library, but it's not always gonna be that easy. The easier areas, they're actually easier to gain knowledge with. Like that probably was a lot easier than it appeared. I probably didn't get that lucky because that area is very easy. Some of the mobs might be like a Layton. I don't even have S rank on that because it takes way too damn long for me, and the knowledge gain chance is very low. So that's why you want your knowledge very high. But there's some areas that are completely dense, like, and very hard to navigate. Like one of the mobs out here is some of the Valencia mobs. Let's say I always go back to this one because it's annoying. Was it this one? Yeah, the Demo. This mob, if you search up the Demo, look at its spawn locations. If you've been to the desert yet, this is annoying. There's a lot of mobs in this game. Not too many. I'd say like 5% of mobs in this game, that more like 3-4, that are like this. And to navigate, I even did a rotation for this. It was literally just camp here with water and star T, run up here, follow the desert, kill this thing, go over here, kill this thing, switch servers. Yeah, just keep in mind things like that exist, and they're tougher. They're in the desert. There's even more tougher mobs. Probably not that hard to navigate with, but keep that in mind. So I'm hearing I forgot to say, yeah, like some mobs, it's very beneficial to switch to Calpheon and delete their knowledge. Like Demol. If I got C rank, I wouldn't keep that. I would rather keep deleting the knowledge and attempt to get an A+ or S. So just think about that. So the next part of this section, that made no sense. I'm gonna be explaining Amity and getting a compass parts for a free compass you can get to explain the nodes on something lovely, doing Amity games on in-game NPCs, and doing quests on the same website we were on, BDO Codex. So some of the free items you can get, let me go to my storage over here. Alright, so the first one, Amity suit. But I used the Calpheon Noble suit. Let's move that over here. Elixir of Amity. I think I have those in my inventory. No. What else? 5 grain chicken porridge. I don't have that because I don't need it. Compass parts, Villa buff, pro costume. Alright. I'll just show you the I'll buy the compass parts to show you. I won't pop it though because I already have a compass on me. Oof. Don't pop it. I'll keep these in order. I started doing all this. What am I doing? probably move this over here. There we go. Alright. So, Amity. We'll be starting off on that. Who can I increase Amity with? I'll just do that guy. So, another part of getting... We're done with Ecology, by the way. So you should basically understand how to get S ranks. So we're moving on to the other 3 major parts of getting knowledge. One of them's discovering nodes. We'll get to that later. One of them's Amity. So you talk to NPCs. And the last one's questing. We'll do Amity since we're already here. So to do Amity, you wanna put on your Amity clothes. You don't really have to put on the Amity clothes, but if you run into like a difficult NPC to gain Amity on, yeah, you're gonna wanna put them on, cause yeah, that shit's tough. So these Amity elixirs also don't last too long, 8 minutes. Keep that in mind. There's other items you can use, like the pearl costumes and tailored outfits. Yeah, this costume gives I don't think mine gives Amity, but I guess there are some that give Amity. Yeah, keep that in mind. So we're gonna have a conversation with this guy. So when it comes to Amity, notice this little knowledge thing. I already got it because I got him to 500 and I did it a long time ago, and I got his knowledge. This knowledge, age of trading, it's somewhere probably in academics here. Like maybe in here if I got lucky. Maybe in here if I'm lucky. I found it. So this one, age of trading, not all of these are done by Amity. Keep that in mind. These are probably in the next sections too that I'm about to explain. But one of them was age of trading. Only way to get it is by getting his Amity to 500. So let's say we're at yeah, I could do that. If I get this is gonna fuck me if I get caught. Oh no. Alright, so I decreased the Amity so I don't have the knowledge anymore. But the guard's chasing me. Let's just lose aggro. Run back. I don't think he wants to attack me anymore. So as you can see, I lost 100 Amity. But we're gonna get it back to get the knowledge. So as this goes, I don't really, I'm not 100% sure on how this works, but all I know is what has been working for me so far is I always look at the sparking interest, 57%, this one for example, but you always want them at 100, so you never fail. But I'm going to explain to you why that probably isn't the best idea all the time. So once they're all at 100, I look at their favor, look at which one's the highest and which one's the lowest. So this one's the lowest up here, the favor. It's at 3 out of 10, and this guy has a 5 out of 10, so I'm going to just take her off. One thing I do is I memorize everything. You could also use the little arrow keys on your keyboard or A or D to move. So I memorize what icons did I click before I click them all. Like what's the ideal Amity log for this character. So I go, especially if they're difficult, it's best to memorize which ones you did if they're more difficult. So I remember 4, 5, 2, 4. Oh, whoops. There's more. Sorry. So 2, 3. So 2, 3, 2, 3, 5. Then I like in my head I just think almost the last one. So 2, 3, 2, 3 again, 5, almost the last one. So before you start, because you have to, there's one big thing you have to focus on too. It's up here, the requirement. Usually the requirements just say, oh, I want you to get a whole bunch of amity, accumulated favor, or make sure you have successful sparking interest go off. You'll see how that looks like soon. But sometimes there's consecutive failures, or I want you to fail this many times. Those are pretty dumb because you don't get any amity out of it. But if you continue going through the amity chain, those are very important to follow if you want to keep going. So hopefully we get something like that. So yeah, let's just click this. See, it's good, consecutive good. That's 4 good consecutives, 6 good ones. That's 7. As you see, it was like 54. We reached it. It was 134. So the thing is, now you can keep going, or you can just take what you got. I always keep going till the end. I don't care how much energy I'm losing, but that could be different if your character you're talking to is way more difficult to do. Sometimes I stop in the middle, or I stop on the first one because they're just that difficult. So to keep going doesn't cost any energy, as it mentions right here. So I'm gonna keep going. So a requirement, minimum of 31. So what did I say earlier? I said 2, 3, 2, 3, 5, and then almost the last one. Notice how I did that? Helps a lot. So the favor's going through, I'm gonna pass. Now we can keep going. You want to take it, or do you want to keep going? Let's keep going. And look at that. Fail to spark the interest of Bahar 3 times. So we're not getting amity. Only maybe if we're lucky, like 3 times. So this is probably gonna suck because I don't have a lot of low ones. But this guy has 24%. I have a chick with 57. So this, I'm probably gonna not pass this, but this was like good. Oh, 19. So I might fail, but keep in mind, whenever I see fail ones, sometimes these go through. That 24% might go through. You just want to slam all the bad ones in there. It's just you don't lose that 45 amity you worked hard on already. So I just throw in all the ones that aren't 100% and take out all the ones that like just try to replace and get the lowest roster of amity icons as I possibly can get. So let's see if we get lucky. Nope. Good, bad, good. Oh, we failed it. See, if you don't meet it, you lose all the amity you worked for. But that was a good display of showing you how it works. If you don't follow the requirement, you don't get the amity, and yeah, that happens. But if it's really, really difficult, or you're like shy away, like just a little bit away from what you need, and you don't want to play the amity, or you just, yeah, there's this option, agree, huh? And I didn't even show you how much you had. 414, so let's greet him again. What's up, man? So it should be at 417 now. Well, okay. 418. I think I have this, yeah, I don't know. I think it's the amity thing. Wow, I didn't know the amity boosted that, but yeah, you can wave them down. One of the ones I do this a lot for is if you're getting S ranks on sea monsters. If you run a sailing dailies group or something, or you join one, or you go to raw sea teleport with no cargo on your boat to remote collect your boat. If you have Port Rat discovered, or any way you manage to get out here. I usually have all out here. There's a marketplace here, keep that in mind, to grab energy pots, and I just wave down all the characters, all the NPCs here, because the majority of them, I'd say like 80%, are very difficult to run some amity things for. So I just wave them down like this, and then I get the knowledge from them. So I've explained amity. There's 2 last things I have to do. That's the nodes. Discovering a node or a new town gives you knowledge, and yeah, we'll talk about that. So if you're traveling the ocean or going in the desert, this item's very important. Parts for explorer's compass. They're probably a little more expensive than all the other items listed here, but if you're in the ocean, like traveling out here, and you gotta get a port rat, you gotta get these islands, the compass will help a lot. And if you're in the desert, which is probably more important here, getting all these nodes, yeah, they're all in the desert. So keep that in mind. Another website I use, close this. Probably the most two important websites for this game. Keep that in mind. BDO Codex and something lovely. So if I'm in the middle of the desert, standing right here with the compass, I can see where I am, and I look around. What's east of me? What's west? What's north? What's south? If I have a compass, I know where I'm standing. I'm like, and I still need this node. I'm like, okay, if I'm standing right here, let's just look south. I mean, oh my god. Let's look west and go that way. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much what the compass can do for you. Another way to help you if you can't afford a compass, if you forgot, if you have a pet that detects resources like this one, you can walk up to like a tumbleweed or a pack of bones, and sometimes they drop this giant red marker that looks like this, and you can use that to navigate in the desert. So just keep that in mind. Or you can have a friend party up with you. You got a compass, follow the arrow. You could do a lot of things. Or you can run into an oasis and find out where you are. Like this one over here. If you walk into this area in Valencia, you will see your icon there. It's funny. Alright. So, getting a knowledge from all the nodes is very important. Like, if you discover all nodes, that's easily 200 energy, I think. Probably more. So, that includes the ocean nodes too. Keep that in mind. So, last thing we're going to be talking about are the quests. Let's just pick a random quest from Adventure Journal. So, Valley Adventure Journal. Goblin. Let's pick one that actually. Let's go to Goblin Worker on Eastern Balanos Journal. So you go here, Adventure Journals, Eastern Balanos Journal, Velia Journal. Oh my god, that's terrible. What the hell? Alright, let's go again. Let's try again. That's much better. Goblin Worker. So I need this knowledge, and I'm on BDO Codex. I always click obtain from. Oh, get the hell out of here. Either look at the prerequisite. Right now you're looking at the knowledge piece. You're not looking at the quest. So you open in a new tab. Why did the goblins run away? You probably have this already. It's from the start of the game. Oh, this is terrible. Why did it have to come down to this quest? So just keep in mind, you want to look at the quest complete conditions. You want to, the start MP, you look at the full chain. And by the way, if it's a giant chain like this, that pretty much means you can start anywhere or start like one step above it. If the chain's like, let's say half a dozen or a dozen, then you probably have to start from the start and then go to the start open and link tab, go there, and look at if that quest needs any prerequisites. Pretty much what BDO Codex is for, what I'm trying to explain is, you want to keep going all the way to the start of all these quest chains to begin. Because obviously you can't start if you go to a quest. You want to do it, you don't see it, it's because you haven't gotten to that point yet. So, yeah, for this one, why did the goblins run away? Quest complete. Let's just say you can start right here because there's no quest chain. This is just listing all the quests in this area, I think. You just go to Santo Masni, you talk to him, you start the quest, and you complete it. Sometimes there's prerequisites. They're all listed right here. This one's probably there's probably like 0.5% or 1% of quests that have some weird ass prerequisite like this, like game time. Like this is probably a perfect example, but I'm not gonna get too much into it. There's some annoying ones in Calpheon like this, or like the powder and Balanos with the goblins and stuff. Shit, it's dumb. But yeah, like don't look at this. I think this is outdated. I think you have to be on you just have to do it at in-game time 20 to 24. So when it's nighttime in the game, around 8 p.m. to 12 p.m. and you have to do it within that time. You have to have 10 amity with Santo to begin it, to accept the quest. Oh, and one thing I forgot to mention is to see all your quests. Check that. You're able to see all the quests. Alright. So let's find a better one. If I don't find one relatively quick, I'll just move on. Probably shouldn't do Ellie. Let's just find Calpheon. Trina Knights and the baby dragon on Calpheon. Let's see if we get lucky here. So always find the piece of knowledge, accepted quest, baby room. Go there. So like I said earlier, this isn't a quest line. You'll find them when you start doing it this way. You'll find one with like a quest line of 5 and stuff, but this quest, you just go to the soldier, find him right here on the map. You do a quest, you go to this soldier to finish it. I'm pretty sure it's the same guy. No, it's actually a different soldier. You can see the other soldier's a little more to the left. You do the quest completion, you deliver your rune feed, and you get this knowledge. So that's pretty much how you get it. So that's pretty much it on BDO Codex. Let's see if there's any last things I have to do to regain energy, or gain it all back in a way with some items. This website has some good tips. Staying logged in every 3 minutes, you get 1 energy. If you're laying down in your bed, you get 2. You get 3. Logged out, you get 1 energy per hour. I think that's on your alts. As you can see here, I have all my alts. They're slowly getting energy, just like the one I showed you in Calpheon. Kama Sylvie, Blessing of Kama Sylvie. You get more drop rate. That's cool. You get the energy recovery. It's even higher too, so keep that in mind. It stacks with laying down in bed and stuff. You can finish some of your daily quests right here, reoccurring. These give 3 energy. You can just do this for contribution and gain energy back. You could also do Red Battlefield right here. If you enter on Velia 4, go in before the 10-minute mark's up, before remaining 10 minutes. I usually enter around 15 or like 16 because people start filling up. If there's 60 participants, you can't join. But if you win one game, you have to accept the quest from the NPC there. I'm not gonna get into it. But pretty much you go in, the NPC, the only one you can talk in there, gives you a quest. Pretty much saying if you win 1 red battlefield, if your team wins 1, you get 200 energy. Keep in mind, at the end of the fight, you want to die, so you go to the NPC, spawn there, ready to fight, go back in, even though the fight's over, to accept the quest and get 200 energy. And Obviously, you don't want to have cap energy to do this because you won't get any. You want to have almost none or just 200 depleted from your main energy pool. If you lose 5, if you don't win at all, you can lose 5 red battlefields and get the same benefit from winning one, 200 energy. So keep that in mind. They might have had it on here, I don't know. No, it doesn't look like they did. Marketplace energy, yeah, you can buy pots, high quality wine purchased from cook vendor 200k and turn it for nearby for 3 energy. Yeah, it might be worth sometimes if the energy pots keep skyrocketing. Oh, you also want +5 movement moving around. Yeah, that's just known, just so you do things faster. But to get the extra +40 energy on your alts, I'd suggest 20 if you don't spend a lot of time on them. But if you want to do 40, yeah, this is the last thing for the video too. Where is it? There's these boots. There's these crystals. You can put some Hercule boots or whatever type of gear you want. They give 10 energy, so you get a whole bunch of Hercules boots, slap all those crystals in, have like 15 of them if you want to do that. Put them onto your alts if you don't use them, or whatever ones you don't use. There's also another one. There's a type of food. I think I can find it easily. Consumables, food. I think it's all the way at the bottom. If I don't find it eventually, I'll give up. Oh, this one. Fragrant, Borscht. Fuck. Or, there's another one. That one gives 20 energy. It only lasts for an hour too, or how much, whatever it tells you. It was that one. And another one. Can't find it. Yeah, I'm probably gonna give up here in a second. Yeah, gave up. There's another one. I don't know what's called. I forgot. But that one gives +20 energy too. I think that one's better because it lasts longer. But yeah, if you have the buff running on your alt, just like an item scroll, and you're not spending time on it or any type of buff in game, it won't deplete as long as you're not on that character. So if you're just roaming around like for a couple seconds on that character, and you're just standing over here like I brought up at the start of the video near Alchemist, you can turn it in real fast. Boom, just switch out. You only spent like 10 seconds on that character. It's really cool. And by the way, it does, if your characters are maxed out, like let's say they're all at 571, if you log into them, they're actually at 591. If that makes sense. They just don't display how much total energy they have, so keep that in mind. So the video is done. I'm just gonna explain one small thing. Yeah. If you're a sailor, oh god, I forgot to mention getting any type of. Nah. It was already mentioned. Sorry. But yeah, if you're a sailor, you're gonna want to get your port rat node to level 10 because in the sailing community, people say that getting it to level 10 increases the average amount of need-ins you get in the ocean, as well as items. So keep that in mind. But yeah, that's a video on how to get up to. Can't finish just yet. I forgot one thing. There's also this. Where is it? Where are my titles? There. right here, titles. Probably the most annoying thing to do in game to get your energy up. I have +5. The cap is +8 energy, so I'm missing 3 off titles. Keep that in mind. So, to get but that's pretty much my video on how to get 625 energy. How much is the cap right now in NA as of the 26th of September? Eventually it'll be 631 on all your alts with the boots and crystals. Eventually I'll get there one day with my main. But yeah, if you got this far, hopefully you guys took something from this or learned something, and I'll see you at 500 plus energy, maybe more than me, who knows. But yeah, that's it. Have a nice one.